But it's not just a right to life, but a right to life with dignified life. A life of a human being. Okay? So you don't have to go only for the life, but life needs to be along with a dignity. If you don't have the dignity, and if you have a life, you are a slave. Right? A very simple formulation, I would say. Right? So here you will find that the freedom of expression and each and every point which goes to the freedom of expression are always stopped right at the beginning of our upbringing in the house, and as we go out, even in the school. I would take a cue from the food, kitchen food. School, and wherever we go for learn something, they are basically caged. Okay? You are forcefully made to sit and to understand, and what process we call this? A knowledge production systems. We don't produce knowledge, we reproduce the same rhetorics of knowledge. If I am putting it properly, and if you agree with me, disagreements is the first step towards clarifying the confusion, I would say. Right? So here you will find that in this country, if you take a complete period from the post-independence till today, what we have produced. Why only one particular? Why recently I am engaging with Dalit women's autobiographies. Why only you go for only the autobiographies? Why the sociological studies are concentrating only on the autobiographies? Because they are truthful. Okay? They say the truth, and they are the innocent victims of the system of caste, but there are people waiting for your innocent, let us say, clarification. I would just give you one particular, Gyanendra Pandey, one of the very important writers, talks about his friends. Okay, from JNU. Urmila Tai wrote her biography, all of you know about it, Ida. At one level, without thinking much, she says, I don't know what was this Ambedkar, he came to, people started talking about him, she's talking about conversion, and he explains that, see, is there any difference, is there any reference of the conversion, such an important ideology which Dr. Ambedkar wanted to have an emancipatory life for the people, those who were downtrodden under the caste pyramid. This has been translated by another so-called privileged woman, and that Pandit lady translates Urmila's expressions that Urmila says in Marathi, I don't know, this Ambedkar had come and he said that let us convert, and I went and converted along with my siblings, and later on I did not, till today, she writes at the age of 65, she says, till today I did not understand what is. Now she says in different context. A text you don't have to take, if you don't take the context of the text, friends, you cannot produce truthful knowledge. Okay? You all the time use and misuse and misquote and underquote somebody's innocent statements. The struggle, friends, is not only in this classroom. Or you don't have to, let us say, allegories of the struggle in the classroom. It happens somewhere else. And one of the prominent area is knowledge production. And again, at the end, he proposes, Gyanendra Pandey proposes, at least I know this has been said by Maya Pandit, one who translated. Now this particular biography is translated. Why not the earlier one, or why not the later one? What is that politics of publication? And what is, again, I would say, politics of translation? Specific biographies. Now he said directly about the Brahmins. Shahu Maharaj says directly about the Brahmins trickery. All the time he says that Brahmin supremacy When he left service, and this particular person, what I mentioned earlier, fourthly, I may quote an instance to show that Brahmin bureaucracy kills self-respect. See how much he was thinking before his time. One Mr. Babal, a Marathi LLB, was a Mamlatdar here at the time. He was very enthusiastic in the cause of masses and was against Brahmin supremacy. But when he left the service and commenced to practice at the courts, he found it expedient to change his angle of vision in order to curry favor with the Brahmins. What I always propose, and my project is not yet ready, about the Brahminical surveillance from the Foucauldian ideology of surveillance. This is the surveillance that one who was so much ardent against. You see the Dalit Panther politics and Dalit Panther leaders. What happened eventually to them? What did they do? Did they complete the project of Dalit Panther? No. A very important statement said by Dalit Panther friends. They proposed, we do not want a little place in a Brahmin alley. See the agenda of Dalit Panther. So prominent, so straightforward. No Brahminical conspiracy, even in words, even in single comma or whatever. They propose, we do not want a little place in Brahmin alley, we want the rule of the whole country. Change of, we don't want change of heart. Liberal education will not end our state of exploitation. How they were cheated, conceived and deceived. Oh, we will have liberal education in this country after the modernist approach. And who has been there for all the committees to create the modernist approach? A progressive attire, but inside a Brahminical side. As a result, what I have learned, all shlokas in my Sanskrit, which I don't feel I did a great thing, but at that time it was crucial for me to pass my examination. Now I feel that, okay, what a waste of time and several other things. My schooling was so bad. It did not. I started understanding all these conspiracies, let us say, when I became mature, especially when I entered as a lecturer. Because there the politics plays, such politics plays very negative role. Okay? So here you will find that what happened with Dalit Panther, who absorbed them, who co-opted them, and what happened eventually with this movement, not supported, not funded, and not financed by NGOs and international funding. As I always say that the Phule never had funding, but Phule had very concrete functioning for everybody who ever had problems. So was Dalit Panther. And now a most genuine person is taken into NGO, made to go for foreign tours, and eventually he comes out with what they want, their agenda. Sorry to say this, but this is happening. Okay. Shall I continue? Or have you taken any question and answer? I should continue. Okay. Right. As I said about the constitutional framework and the social justice parameter, let me slightly take you to the theory part of social justice. Now, what could be the justice, as Shahu Maharaj has said about the curry favor? You see the dialogue between the Plato and Aristotle. What Aristotle proposes in the beginning itself of his formulation of the concept and defining the concept of justice in those days, constitutionalism, he says, Plato as his teacher is dear to me, but justice is dearer to me. Now see, justice does not go for any favoritism. Whoever has committed crime should go for that. And whoever has done something in the society, dues should be given to those. As a result, we have procedural law. We have procedural law. What is that? languishing in the jail for a person who cannot have the lawyer. So as long as lawyer is not available, you languish in the jail because there is no due process. But what even happens even after the due process? See the percentage of justice. Now I am taking a practical side of justice. Ambedkarian constitution provides safeguards at each and every level. If the parliament commits error, you have the executive branch. If executive branch commits error, you also have the judiciary to look at it and interpret it, whether it is justice oriented or it is injustice produced. Okay? But if you take the history of the post-independence India, we come to know that there is a specific agenda. What was viewed by Phule or even by Buddha or Ambedkar and Shahu, till today, agenda is same. Agenda is what? Concentrating every resources to one particular community and justifying the underprivileged that how they should not go or how they are not, a very prominent word, deserving. Friends, the deserving word has created a lot of trouble in the last 65 years. And for me, I locate this deserving, what is India is deserving in this international world. How much knowledge production? His saying was not here and went in Oxbridge, let us say, producing knowledge system. As a result, he has such an open-mindedness. Okay, this question to you. Okay. So, is India deserving after 65 years of independence? Who is responsible? Now, we did not ask so many questions earlier, but now a very major question comes to my fore and to every sensible person. Who is responsible? Why the damage? Why different sections are committing? Why the identity politics has been used to segregate the people, to make factions more and more intercaste, within caste. Within one particular section, you have women against their own men. Is that the priority of our, let us say, attention? Is that the priority that we should go for? Why our priorities have been always diverted somewhere else? And we get a training how to divert. When we write the essay, when we write the contribution, what we feel very genuinely, we always have those issues that no, this should not be there. Otherwise, somebody will not publish. Somebody will not publish. There are so many people in JNU, they are writing their essays not by their own name, some fake name. Why these tendencies are developed? Who is responsible? Is it that the person who is doing that, or is it the system? So we don't have problems which are not solved. We have several problems which are not solved for ages. Several issues. People go mad. Somebody intelligent, just because he is from that particular section, is not taken seriously. As a result, he loses his career. There is a very good essay presented by Bombay University teacher about psychology and affirmative justice. Are we really reaching according to what Guru has mentioned? Reaching to the point. Gopal Guru has mentioned a very important thing about how one reaches there. Have we really reached? Whether system makes us to reach to that point. Why this suffocation, friends? Why this suffocation? As a young gentleman or the young person, one who has tremendous vigor to reach towards knowledge production, knows the truth, can substantiate his argument by the data to make the truth available to the next generation. We can't do this in this country. Why? You see all the knowledge productions over here without any referencing. I am the final truth and I am saying, accept it. Why this imposition? Why this imposition? No paraphrasing, direct lifting, plagiarism, massive plagiarism, and you have 10 publications. I think if you think on these lines or on these accounts of mine today, what I have conveyed to you friends, I'll be very happy. Thank you very much. You can ask me the questions.
Ma'am, like today the Maharashtra government has declared 16% reservation for Marathas. Like I see it has a very serious political implications. Okay, so like what do you think like this particular amendment or this particular policy will gonna help? Like it's a like affirmative policy for the prosperity of that particular community, or it will cement that hegemony which Marathas have in political and economical structure in the Maharashtra. So how do you see this particular reservation policy for Marathas in Maharashtra?
Good way, do you have a
linguistic. You are coming from a law background.
Yeah. But I am not a practicing lawyer.
But yeah, you study. So basic questions whether it is possible that giving a 70% or 75% reservation, it is possible by the constitution that you can allow the 75% reservation. So that is the basic question. And second is that what judiciary.
Let him know.
So because I don't know, that's why I'm asking. Yeah. So as he is saying that
As a teacher, I will not give my position on this. Okay? On this particular issue, if you can ask me something else, because I am a teacher, right? Another thing that, as you said, that there is a specific clause that you cannot go for more than 50% reservation. Let us see that our Chief Minister has said that the matter is in the court, and let court decide. Fine. Okay. I will not say more on it. Anyway.